Welcome to the Dermatology Studio with Dr. Yusra Ayaz.
You know that feeling, that one single itch? Maybe it's on your back where you just can't reach, or that tiny little spot on your ankle that absolutely will not quit. We've all been there. But what happens when that simple itch never really goes away and scratching it only seems to make things worse? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore.
See, it all kicks off with a simple sensation and a totally instinctual reaction. You just have to scratch it. But in the condition we're looking at today, Lichen Simplex, that one simple act becomes the engine for a much bigger chronic problem. This explainer is all about that powerful, self-perpetuating loop between an itch and a scratch.
And the result of all that nonstop scratching, it actually has a name: lichenification. Now, it's really important to get this. This isn't some disease that just pops up out of the blue. Nope, it's the skin's direct response to being repeatedly irritated. It's almost like the skin is trying to build up armor, getting thicker and tougher to protect itself from that constant scratching. And this transformation, it definitely doesn't happen overnight. In the beginning, the signs are pretty subtle. The skin might just feel a little rougher, maybe look a bit dry, or have some redness to it. But if that cycle keeps going, the changes get way more dramatic. We're talking about skin that becomes noticeably thickened and hard, what's technically called hyperkeratotic. And this right here, this shows you exactly what that late-stage change looks like. See how the normal skin lines are so much deeper and more exaggerated? The skin really takes on this leathery, almost tree bark-like appearance. This is lichenification in full effect. Okay, so we know what it is and we know what it looks like, but who tends to get this? Where on the body does it usually show up? And what's the real underlying mechanism that's driving this relentless cycle? Let's unpack all of that. So this condition usually gets its start sometime between the ages of 30 and 50, and interestingly, we see it more often in women than in men. But it's not just about age or gender. There's a really strong psychological piece to this puzzle. Things like emotional stress can be a huge factor. And, some people might just be more conditioned to respond to any little itch with a really intense scratch. And where does it pop up? Well, it's all about easy access. These patches of lichen simplex tend to appear in places that are just convenient to reach. Think about it. The nape of your neck, your lower legs and ankles, your forearms. It's basically a map of all the spots our hands can get to without even thinking about it. This picture illustrates that point perfectly. The ankle is such a classic spot for lichen simplex for that exact reason. It's just so easy to scratch. Whether you're sitting at your desk or just chilling on the couch, it's often a totally unconscious habit that just keeps fueling the fire. So if scratching is the fuel, what's the engine? What's the core mechanism that turns a plain old itch into this kind of dramatic change in the skin? It's this right here, the itch-scratch cycle. This is the absolute heart of the matter. It all starts with an itch, so you scratch it, right? And that gives you some temporary relief, but it also damages your skin. That damage then causes inflammation, and guess what inflammation does? You got it. It causes more itching, and around and around and around we go. It is a classic, textbook, vicious cycle. Now, this process, this lichenification, it doesn't always look exactly the same. Depending on where it is on the body and some other factors, it can actually show up in a few distinct ways. So let's take a closer look at these different clinical phases. First up, we've got something called lichen nuchae. This one is fascinating because you see it almost exclusively in women, and it's located right on the midline of the nape of the neck. It often has this really heavy, almost psoriasis-like scaling, and all that constant rubbing can even cause the hairs in that spot to get twisted and broken. And this image is a perfect example. You can see that localized patch of affected skin right there at the hairline, nice and clear. It's a textbook case of lichen nuchae, showing you the exact spot and appearance we were just talking about. Then we have a much more dramatic form called giant lichenification. This tends to happen when that continuous scratching occurs in areas where the skin is a bit looser. It can form these solid, almost tumor-like plaques that have a really distinct warty and pitted surface. This close-up really gives you a sense of that unique texture, doesn't it? You can almost feel that warty, bumpy surface just by looking at the picture. It's a really powerful example of just how severe the skin's reaction to chronic scratching can get. And finally, there's another variant called Pebbly lichenification. Now, instead of one big plaque, this type shows up as separate, smooth, kind of pebble-like nodules. And you often see this in folks who already have other skin conditions going on, like atopic or seborrheic dermatitis. All right, so we've seen the different phases of lichenification with the naked eye. But to really understand what's happening, we've got to zoom way in and see the changes that are taking place inside the skin itself. And this view under the microscope reveals the whole story. Now, you don't need to be a pathologist to get the main idea here. Acanthosis and hyperkeratosis, that's just fancy talk for the outer layers of skin getting incredibly thick. The lengthening of reed ridges shows how the boundary between the skin layers is getting all stretched out and distorted. And words like dermal inflammatory infiltrate and fibrosis point to constant inflammation and the beginning of scar tissue. It's basically the microscopic proof of this ongoing battle happening in the skin. Okay, so we've seen this problem from just about every angle. The big question, the million-dollar question, right, is how do you stop it? How in the world do you break this incredibly powerful, self-sustaining cycle? And here's the absolute most crucial point. This condition will just keep going, pretty much indefinitely, unless you intervene. You have to stop that cycle. That is the single most important goal. Breaking that loop, it's everything. Thankfully, the good news is there's a really well-established game plan for doing just that. Managing this isn't just a random collection of treatments. It follows a very logical, step-by-step approach that's known as the treatment ladder. So let's climb that ladder. Step 1, the foundation, is all about education. You have to understand the cycle you're in, and that's paired with antihistamines to help dial down the itch, especially at night. If that's not cutting it, we move to step 2, powerful anti-inflammatory creams, and even special medicated tape that acts as a physical barrier so you literally can't scratch. And for the most stubborn cases, we have step 3, which involves things like zinc bandages or even steroid injections right into the lesion to finally shut that cycle down. You know, when you think about it, the itch-scratch cycle is this perfect, tangible example of how a simple, almost mindless behavior can fundamentally change our own biology, creating a problem that's so much bigger than the initial trigger. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where else in our lives, from our daily habits to our anxieties, do we see these simple little feedback loops creating incredibly complex problems?
Thanks for watching. Hit like, share, and subscribe to the Dermatology Studio. Ask your skin queries in the comments below.